Hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and genders overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. And over here, we've been using the umbrella of justice for Shanquella Robinson because we believe that by getting justice for Shanquella, we can leverage that to get justice for past and for future. Today, I just want to come in really quick because the live that I did on two nights ago, anyway, reacting to the star at One Life TV that you all brought to me. Anyway, I just wanted to, you know, calm the crowd or whatever, just because there was things had got real heated. It was good though. I was enjoying the. It was a good little. It was a good fight there. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know that it's nothing to be weird scared about because it's the same person who was behind misleading us in the past. Like this guy is getting his information. um, yeah, guess who the information is being fed to? Well, anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old, a proud Gen Xer, proud mother of 3 adult children, 2 XYs, 1 XX. Anyway, I've been talking about Shanquella since November the 26th. Pretty much most 98% of this channel is dedicated to her. Recently, I had been taking breaks. I wasn't as, in the beginning, I was like daily, but now, I was taking little breaks or whatever. Anyway, so recently I'm turned, comes under my radar, this one life person, and there was, instant fighting and not fighting. Yes. Anyway, there was instant there was instant drama up in there. So I was curious to I want to put this out there because I'm just proud of my family, my members who immediately, pointed this out. But I just want to let y'all know that, I am sensitive and I could, read spirits and stuff, and that there's nothing to be dismayed. He's just misled. He's just a misled person because his source is Geraldo, right? The same guy who fed us the story about Dejanay was arrested with the numbers and all that stuff. I just looked and I just kind of laughed because I remembered how I must have looked when I had fell for that. When I had fell for that back in the day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just share the screens and go through, show y'all on my channel where, there's videos that I have, where I went for it too. So y'all, we Polo Star, he fell for the banana in the tailpipe. All right, so look here. This is my channel, and let me go over here. All right, so this recent stuff. Let me go on down here. Okay, here's one. All right, look at there. See this thumbnail there? I wish I know how to just make the thumbnail show up there. It says name of Dejanay Jackson is now criminal file J664/2022. Arrested 11/28/22. Right? And so there was a story that was fed. I read it through on this, and I was, believing it and stuff too, until later when we discovered that it wasn't true, right? So we see that they put in wrong stuff in here, right? So this was like 4 months ago. However, I initially spoke about it here 7 months ago, back in I'm almost done, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And back in November 30th, so that's when this story first came out, when they fed it to us, right? And I was I was all for it and gave 100% to Shanquella Robinson. I was going live daily, with the passion and all that stuff. So when I was reading these documents, which we found later to be fake, untruths, right? So all that to say is that instead of attacking or beating this person up, and the person I'm talking about is Star from One Life TV, have some empathy. Anybody could be tricked, right? And nobody's perfect. That's why the scriptures even say, "Judge not, least ye be judged," right? And also, he who is without sin cast the first stone. So, since none of us is without sin, it's not unfair. And I just wanted to show y'all that that even I had fallen for the whole, she's been arrested, right? And the same person who fed me the dry bologna sandwich here is the same person that I heard Star say on his channel, Geraldo. He mentioned Geraldo, and it's the same person that is feeding. That's what he's doing. He's going around feeding these dry bologna sandwiches to anybody who is willing to, who will fall for it, right? So I had fallen for it for months because it had been months later when I spoke about it again, right? So back November 30th, everybody, all the content creators were talking about Dejanay being arrested, right? From the lead attorney down on to, here the people go right here. Tessa Tales, right? All that. Nancy Grace didn't say that, but anyway. So look at it, right? So fast forward way up here, months later, 5 months later, I stumble on to the old life when we had read that she was picked up by Interpol police and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, what? Oh, so maybe that's why we haven't heard from her, because this whole time she's already been arrested. So here is me reporting how, look at me.
All right, let's see here.
Let me just let y'all see a little bit of this. Look at my face.
Let me share the screen.
Because in my mind, I'm convinced that Dejanay has been arrested since November 30th. If they said back then that she was picked up, why? See, look at me. I truly believe that, right? This is what I'm preaching now, right? And then shortly after this, we discovered that it's a fake story, right? It's a fake story. I'm going to show y'all that. But anyway, I just want y'all to see how even I let's see when this date was. This was February the 2nd. Woo, look at me. I was hot. I was going at it with the chat. Anybody who was trying to tell me that Dejanay ain't been arrested, that Interpol police don't do this stuff. Like I was zeroed in on the fact that I had a document and I read it. Right? So it appears that this Star individual is, he's me from here. Now listen. That's why I say cut him some slack. Look at me, I'm pissed. Woo!
More reading. All right, let's go here. Breaking news. This here was published November 29th. Well. And breaking news. Dejanay Jackson arrested.
Notice how I put the emphasis on the past tense here. Because in my mind, like I'm not even, look here, Metropoli. This here is Geraldo's, but his way he was feeding the fake stories, right? So, but look at me. I'm convinced that this is legit. This is real, right? That's why I'm saying it with such vigor.
In the United States, arrested. Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody I'm sorry. Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody, waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico. Right? Here we go. Right? Look at the Dejanay that they're showing here.
Because remember when they tried to sneak in a second version of Dejanay? Wait a minute. Let me go over here. All right, let me make sure I ain't taking too much time. We're going to go live. I'm going to go live again, y'all. This is a recording here because I didn't want it to go too long. I'm just going to try to do like 30 minutes to do this. Anyway, but anyway, it was a time when they had put in a new, another. Now playing the part of Dejanay was this lady. Anyway, so
right, arrested. Picture of Shanquella here.
All right. So anyway, the point is, I wanted to show y'all how convinced and how, in my mind, I'm right. I mean, how righteous that I felt that I was because the information I thought at the time was true, right? So, and I think that's why, this guy is speaking so passionately about this, right? So you can see on this little thumbnail here, his little energy, super passionate because he thinks he's right. And he thinks in his mind, he's getting fed these secret documents from Geraldo. I'm getting this from the head, it's fake. Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, I kind of had a yoke on my face too when let me show y'all the video that let us know that was fake. Yeah, here we go. All right.
Yeah, and this is the article that has been circulating on social media. It claims that there has been an arrest in the Shanquella Robinson case, but we want.
That's the story that they have put out there. Isn't that something? Put that out there like this and fed us this dog food.
I wanted to walk you through the article because there are some red flags here. When someone reports and shares claims that are not verified, this is how misinformation spreads.
Yep.
First, the headline suggests Dejan Jackson was arrested in the United States. As of now, Mexican authorities have not publicly even named a suspect.
Wow.
They have issued arrest warrants, but haven't said who the warrants are for. Then the article goes on to say Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. So what is Interpol?
All right, so there's a live where the whole thing is played. Anyway, it says, long story short, Interpol don't make arrests, right? So that's blew that story out of the water, and let us know that Geraldo is not a trusted source. That he has been known to feed bologna sandwiches, dry bologna sandwiches at that. And then just show y'all this other little piece here, because in the one guy's video, he talks about this here and stuff, right? Like his whole theory about Shanquella dying of a drug overdose is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous when we have the death certificate, we have the video showing Shanquella receiving those injuries. And when I go live with y'all, let me tell y'all when I'm going live too. So I have to be on my next off night. And then let's see here. Thursday night. And Thursday night we shall do it. Thursday or Wednesday. I'll let y'all know. But anyway, we definitely will because of that. All right, here we go. He's going by the police report and all those things. Let's just watch this.
When the doctor arrived and that she died within 3 hours. He says the police report lists her death as cardiac arrest. It doesn't mention the severe spinal cord and neck injury.
The police do not have the authority to declare a cause of death. This has to be done by a physician. Here is the clue right here. Here's the red flag. Police report. The clue on how they are trying to trick you, right? They always put some truth in with the lie and mix it all up. That's why it's important to, pick out the bones, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, don't trip off of Star. He's just being misled, right? And so it still doesn't take away his passion for wanting to get a bill, right? And he's doing something to do something for women's rights and stuff. So we don't want to douse passion for that, but we will educate the people that, and then let him know that you are spreading some spreading some bologna sandwiches, some dry bologna sandwiches. All right, finish this here. Police report.
Injuries that the death certificate lists as Shanquella's cause of death. The autopsy also doesn't mention.
All right, now see how the reporter did the word salad also. First, he said the death certificate, which is the only official document that is issued. Death certificate. All right, let me just pull it back just a wee bit. I don't know if I can.
Alcohol. It states she died within 15 minutes of her injury and that Shanquella Robinson was found unconscious in her living room.
The autopsy should overrule the police report.
All right, he said the autopsy should overrule the.
When the doctor.
All right, so he said the autopsy should overrule the police report. All right, so we got that information there. All right, then go up here, and I got attorneys up in here, all this kind of stuff. Y'all, he's just reading a paper, okay? He's reading a paper. He's reading a paper that was given to him by Geraldo Zúñiga, right? The same Geraldo who. Wait, let me go for these pics. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the same, the same Geraldo that. When do I see the pics? All right, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute now. Look at this background, y'all. She was in an expensive villa. And now look, see the similarities? So the same way that Geraldo was doing this here, blurring out the, these are clues, y'all. This is what Star had on his little write-ups and stuff. So this shows you that he's just being fed something, a cookie cutter program here to mislead the people. And he's thinking he got him some sources, right? But your sources are, not telling truths, right? So here's the clue. Look at all this writing up here. You can't see anything to distract. But even by having, I don't even have to worry about this. This is not the position of medical professionals. These guys would not be in this position like this to be doing any type of work. The doctor kneeling down here while these guys are looking like they don't know what to do. The patient who they're talking supposed to be Shanquella. This is fake, y'all. This is fake. This is fake. Where's all the stuff for the CPR? You don't see any of the stuff that they tried to lie and say that they did in the video here, because this is fake. These people are. This is fake. Fake.
Get the hell up out of here now. Come on.
Anyway, y'all can watch those at your own leisure.
Is that the
when they brought that to me, I'm gonna spit the bones out, right? So one of y'all was the ones that brought this here person to me. Where's my mouse? Here we go. All right. There. So I just wanted to show y'all that this is where he's getting his source. His source is Geraldo. Right? So we already know, how Geraldo feels about any of this stuff. So I know what I wanted to explain again about the death certificate and the difference, right? Because an autopsy, a death certificate and autopsy are two different things, right? A death certificate and an autopsy are two different things. A death certificate is an official document issued by a medical practitioner or a coroner that records the details of a person's death, including the date, time, location, and cause of death. It is usually required for legal and administrative purposes, such as settling the estates of the decedent and obtaining life insurance benefits, or for statistical data. That is a death certificate, right? And on the other hand, an autopsy is a medical examination performed by a pathologist to determine the cause of death. An autopsy can provide a detailed analysis of the deceased person's organs, tissues, and bodily fluids to determine the cause of death. It can also identify an underlying medical condition that may have contributed to the person's death. So while a death certificate records the cause of death, an autopsy is a medical procedure that investigates the cause of death. All right? So, Shanquella's cause of death was always listed as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. That's what the death certificate stated back in November. That's what the death certificate of what the parents said that the death certificate related. There's video, the dad saying the death certificate, the coroner's report said that his baby girl's neck was broken. There's video where we hear the mother saying that her daughter's neck was broken. That the coroner said she died of a broken neck. Right? Then we have a video where we see Shanquella receiving the injuries that are listed on the death certificate. All right? So, right, y'all? Come on, think. All right, let me put that up there too. Because, let me see here. All right, so let's see here. All right, so anyway, that's what I wanted y'all to see too on there. So the other thing I want y'all to see is this here, Geraldo's, his track record, right, and how he's behind, all the new stuff that they put out there from Mexico to support them, right? So, like I always say, we always go back to the beginning. In the beginning, when people weren't aware that they needed to, make up a lie to explain something. They didn't need to make up a story to explain something, right? So, when I say he, I'm speaking of Star. When Star is saying his stuff that he's getting information from, he's talking about Geraldo. on his videos, you can hear this interpreter that is, let me see here what this one is. My popcorn is good. I have some Parmesan cheese on it.
Tenemos un problema técnico.
When do we get to the good part? Sorry. And that ain't the one. But, you know, let me see here. Here's some. Let's see. Okay, so this is here with the we can just pick any of these. Just here's some Mexican reporter states Cabo 6 abandoned the body. Okay, here we go. All right, so
it kind of makes me wonder: is that the part, or is that when Khalil Cook called back here to Charlotte to tell the Salamandra and Quilla Long
that
Shanquella was sick, she wasn't feeling good, and then called back to state that, you know, she was being resuscitated. Okay, so they weren't in the bedroom.
Okay, so he had said they had abandoned the body. Yes.
Right.
Entonces, la pregunta de él dice,
y'all hear that?
Abandon the body, not Shanquella, body. They're already referring to Shanquella as being dead, a body. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Remember, in the beginning, the death certificate also stated, okay, so we know that the death certificate is supposed to say the cause of death, the time of death, right? 15 minutes after receiving the broken neck, Shanquella time's up. 15 minutes after receiving the injury, Shanquilla's time is up. That's how we know that after that video, 15 minutes after that, time's up. We tracked it down to know that to show that video, the attack, the unaliving, the deletion took place in the morning time. And that's why they're saying here, being open about the fact that Shanquella was already gone once the maid arrived. The service worker arrived that afternoon. Because 15 minutes after she got her neck snapped, she was gone.
That they abandoned the body. They couldn't be in there with the body. They couldn't face it. Like most people don't like being around a body. That's why I stand firm on the fact that they didn't dress her body. She just said they abandoned the body.
It kind of makes me wonder: is that the part, or is that when Khalil Cook called?
All right. So here, let me just get one more out of here, so we can hear the.
Shanquella was not deceased.
Okay, here we go.
At the moment that the service worker found her, correct? She wasn't deceased yet. She wasn't dead yet.
Quiero clarificar esto para los seguidores. Que el momento en que la persona de servicio, cuando encontró a Shanquella, todavía no estaba fallecida.
Ya estaba fallecida. Tenía de las 7 a las 12. Ella llegó después de las 12.
She had been dead already.
She had been dead already.
Okay, so all right, that's what I said there. She had been dead already. These are clues, y'all, right? So if Geraldo is already stating that Shanquella was already dead when the service worker found her, how is Shanquella receiving medical attention where she received 3 hours of CPR, all that stuff? Impossible. Impossible. Here's a lie right there. Now, this story was told in November. Why all of a sudden did the story change, right? The story changed to fit the narrative so it could support these fake crime scene photos, which if they said it wasn't a crime, it was just alcohol poison, how would there be crime scene photos when it wasn't a crime, right? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Geraldo Zúñiga said she had been dead already. This was back in November. So Geraldo, if she had been dead already, how did the doctor come with some?
All right. So think about that, right? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. All right, here goes some more stuff. What I saying? Okay, the CPR. Here we go.
But that's not what happened. The 14 CPR procedures applied to her ended up aggravating Shanquella Robinson's
Oh my goodness, they are building and digging a huge hole for the real doctors.
Now, see, this here was way back. I gotta check and see, but this was back in, had to be December when Geraldo first came out with the pics and all this stuff. And this here, not when they were trying to blame the doctors. This point, they're trying to blame the doctors for Shanquella's demise by doing CPR when no doctor is going to be out there in the field doing CPR for 3 hours and no one called for, a medical emergency response. And then they showed us medical emergency response people there, but why didn't they transport it? So it's like, this is fake, y'all. Super fake. Super fake.
They're making them look like idiots. You mean to tell me that a doctor with 8 to 10 years of just,
yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all see the fake stories that Geraldo has been telling, different ones after different ones. And basically now, they're just looking for people to promote this false narrative. So if you're not, sticking with math and science, then you could, be distracted by this stuff. So I just wanted to put this out there to let my members know that, no, we're not getting distracted, but this is what we do when these things come. Y'all know I have looked at certain videos to pick out the bones to show y'all. And, so I was able to show y'all that in the live that I did here when I highlighted dude's document and showed, But anyway, this here was talking about a theory. So, like I said, okay, this part here, right? Look here. What does this look like? This looks like what we just saw with Geraldo. The same thing, right? Right? So, highly likely that this is the source. And then, like I said, on some of his videos, you hear him playing the voice with Geraldo and that interpreter. I know it because I've heard and I've got videos on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take this off. Videos on this channel with their voices on it. So anyway, all that to say was that, so don't be dismayed, y'all. This is here. All right, because Janet was, this is, like I said, for my members and stuff. And I thank all of them for putting it out there. Everybody, too, that wanted to keep the balance and all that stuff. And then the ones that were concerned that, this was a new rabbit hole we was going to go down. No, just wanted to let y'all see how, the devil does the same thing. He just finds a new person to, share the spirit with, right? And then it's up to you to wake up and determine when, you've been rocked to sleep, right? So we just pray for our brother, One Life, because heart is in the right place. Like I said, just the fact that he has a desire for, starting a bill for Shanquella. All right, so I will see y'all at the end of this week for a live where we can get together and go over some of these questions and all that stuff. And just to remind y'all of sticking with the facts, math and science and all that good stuff. And then to know that they try to trick y'all with this information that's coming from the police, which aren't medical people and don't have the authority to speak on. Let me just show that one little short real quick too. Just a minute. I'm glad I made all these shorts and stuff too, so I'm able to. Oh, I think I already showed it. I played it already. Okay, but I do want to play this here attorney saying that the death certificate is, the king.
Here, and look what it say: severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, right?
This is the death certificate right up here. See that official symbol? Remember what I said? It's the only official document. Autopsies are some doctors, something. And then, like I said before, no one, Shanquella's people, never was questioning the cause of death. So there was no reason to need an autopsy. None. No reason, because the death certificate, the only official document that states the cause of death, was not in question. Right.
This here, official document issued.
Spinal cord injury in Kabul last month, according to her death certificate. Attorney James Exum says, despite various...
Now you notice she said death certificate, right?
Accounts of her death.
Severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. According to the death certificate is what the news was reporting.
That is the most reliable.
Wow. Okay. That is the most reliable.
With the medical side, and I do homicides, that's what you can rely on more than anything else, because that's just science.
Wow.
What he said. Did y'all
That's
hear
just
that?
science. They said that the death certificate is the most reliable. Shanquella Robinson's death certificate clearly states that she died 15 minutes after receiving a severe spinal cord injury and an atlas luxation.
Science. So we got to be tripping on those autopsy reports. I'm pulling this back just a little bit more, then I'm going to bring the document that explains the differences between the death certificate and autopsy report here.
All right, so that was that. Now I'm just going to show one quick one. I'm trying to find one that breaks down. I don't think I have a short on that. I'm going to have to show it on the live. Breaks down, on the video. Breaks down the fight so y'all can see the injury. All right, here we go. All right.
So now she's up close and personal.
All right, let me just pull it back a little bit. All right. This is John Q breaking down the attack that left Shanquella Robinson unalived. Right here, showing the injuries. And I'm going to tell you as a nurse that if your body is put in this position, it's impossible for you to get up and walk after being put in these positions. We're going to see it on the still frame. I think.
Of course, thank you.
Let me know when you can see that.
Yeah, we see it. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all, if y'all see that good.
Don't worry about this. Is a
Yeah.
video.
Now the pictures, obviously, because of content, I don't want to have Miss Natural Beauty's channels struck with a negative. Will be somewhat blurry. Obviously, Shanquella is going to be somewhat covered, but everyone who's watched the video a number of times would pretty much know through the sequence I'm about to go through what they saw. Okay, good. We've got ones popping up. Okay. So here the assault takes place. We believe it's in the morning based on the sunrise that's showing up on the back edge of the wall here. In this particular area here. It was identified by not only myself and Miss Natural Beauty, but other YouTubers are taking their time to examine these photographs and still shots and videos properly in order for them to get intelligent information as to timeline, because that's what's most important in this whole sequence of events. So here the attack has commenced. We've seen that this attack went from one side of the room, which was the right-hand side where the sliding glass door is. And then we see the attack proceed by Dejanay Jackson to move Shanquella's body over to the left-hand side of the room. At the same time, too, we pick up someone with a cell phone actually recording this event occur. And in matching what's on the picture of the cell phone and the room itself, you can naturally see
Y'all see
there is
that?
someone recording this event. This is not someone's face, such as FaceTime or anything like that. This, when you look at it and then pull back and then sequence it from the room, you'll see that they are identical pictures. Hence, we have someone recording this. We also have someone in the middle recording the main video, which we're watching which is being seen right now. So it leads to the fact, are there two?
All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I just didn't have it really queued up. Just trying to quickly show. I probably have to do this in a whole other something too. All right, here we go. Let's go to.
So now she's up close and personal. She's controlling. And here's where the neck manipulation begins.
And y'all can always, watch it, the whole video.
And you can actually see this.
Wow. See how her legs are twisted?
Dejanay Jackson's head is down.
Yep.
Shanquella's head is just above hers. Shanquella's arm. Dejanay Jackson's arm is around Shanquella's neck at this point. Here is where the manipulation of the head and neck is.
All right, look at this here. Person in the fighting stance here to leverage. Look at Shanquella's body. It's twisted, right? This is helping the severe spinal cord injury because it's twisted. It's twisted, it's twisted, it's twisted.
And Dejanay now is getting ready to take her from one side of her body and toss her and throw her with powerful force to the other side. Once again, being recorded. So here she has her in a neck lock on the left side of her body. And I've taken very careful still shots because I wanted to see exactly what she manipulated. Now the pull, twist, and throw.
Pull, twist, and throw. That's a technique.
Begins here. This is what you have.
See that? That's the break.
Once we have Shanquella's back area here, go across the screen,
twisting, and
the atlas
throwing.
luxation injury begins.
Here. On her neck. Look at that.
And you can literally see Dejanay Jackson's arm and hand positions.
Look at that. Y'all see this package? Look at that. Right? Look at that. Okay? You see it? Look at that straight back package in the front there. All right? So for all of those people that was all, ooh, she people, yes. See it? Look at there. That's an XY chromosome.
Around Shanquella's neck. Using the force and the weight of Shanquella's body was the point where The twist, turn, and pull
Twist, turn,
was far
and
easier
pull.
to do because
That's
all
you
she had
breaking
to
the neck
do
off.
was twist her head, pull it in the direction that she wanted it to go, and the rest of the body follows.
Yep.
Like here.
Wow.
And now you can see the full
Y'all
manipulation.
see that?
Shanquella's body way over now to the right-hand side. The buttock below the bedline. And Shanquella was airborne, literally airborne.
Yep. Y'all heard her
On
hit
this
with a
twist and
loud
turn.
thud.
So here you have where the atlas luxation was created, right here. Once she released her, boom.
Look at that. All right.
She hits.
Look at her head. Look at that. Right. This is an angle that's already on. Look at that back. See those spinal. Let y'all see this real quick. All right. Wait a minute. Look at her. Look at where my mouse. All right. So see these little vertebrae in the back. Look how twisted they are over here. Look at. Can y'all see my mouse? Anyways, it's super twisted over here. It ain't working. All right. Super twisted with these vertebrae over here. You can see this neck is in a position where it's not supposed to be that low. This is where you can see her head is off of the body, right? That's the internal decapitation that other physicians spoke about. And again, you can see this XY chromosome coming back immediately to further attack and to make more severe this spinal cord injury that's already been received.
It's the floor. Now Shanquella is now on her buttock. That slamming from being thrown on her buttock, on her tailbone, created the second injury to her spinal column in the lumbar section. Because once that happened, and given no time at all, Daisha Jackson proceeds to attack
the
back.
Right, look, push the head off even more. Okay, this is the atlas luxation. 15 minutes. Set your clock now. Set the timer for 15 minutes after this. Right, there's no getting up, walking after this. Your neck is broken, and look at this twisted up back. How you getting up?
Of Shanquella's neck. And here you can actually see a 45-degree angle from the blade, from her shoulder blades here, and the neck position straight out toward the sliding glass window. This was a very brutal and vicious attack. And having both hands pressure her neck down from a rear attack only aggravated and, of course, created more injury to Shanquella's neck. This secured the atlas luxation here.
Okay.
Because it doesn't take that much to pop a neck, especially forcing it to occur.
All right.
And in this case,
now look here. Look at the back broken. How you getting up after that? You can't be in this position. You cannot be in this position. Look how straight the legs are. Look at that. Shanquella ain't got up after this. She's down to 14 minutes and 50 seconds. She ain't got up.
It occurred quite fast.
All right. That's it. That's all I'm showing on that. And, get over here. All right. So anyway, that's it. So I'm about to let y'all go. So I got to get ready for work. Love y'all. And like I said, we'll go live. We'll talk more about it. But I just wanted to dispel that rumor that, sorry, y'all caught me. I'm eating my lunch. I just wanted to dispel that rumor that Shanquella died of a drug overdose. Okay. Y'all just saw that, right? This matches up with the injuries that's listed on the death certificate. And none of their autopsies indicated that Shanquella had drugs in her body. So again, y'all, okay? All right, so don't be
getting distracted with people that that's not sticking to facts, math, and science, right? Love y'all. See y'all later. Peace and love.